Now I have created two VNets in my Western Europe -RG01, which is created in the Western Europe. So I've already told you, by default there is no connection or communication between two VNets. So let us try that. I will build two virtual machines, one in each, and log into the VM and check for the connection. Okay. So let me go to the virtual machine here, search the virtual machine on the global search. See, I don't have any virtual machines currently present in my this subscription. Click on create, click on Azure virtual machine. Now you follow the wizard. So it is my free trial subscription. I would like to keep my virtual machine in the Western Europe -RG01, and the VM name is Western Europe VM01. It should be in Western Europe. Availability zone, I don't need any availability zone. Security is standard. Image, I will use a server 2022 operating system, Windows Server 2022 data center edition. And what size I wanted, I would like to go with 4 CPU or 2 CPU with 16 GB memory. Okay, fine, no problem. It will be little faster. Okay, username, you should not use administrator. Apart from administrator, you can use whatever you wanted. So what I will do, I will use local administrator. Local, LOCAL ADMINISTRATOR, correct. The password is your choice. Okay, you can set whatever password you would like to give. And it is asking you, would you like to create the inbound rules? What traffic should be allowed? See, if you select none, means if you are not allowing any traffic, this virtual machine will get built in the Western Europe data center. How will you connect to the Western Europe data center if all the doors, all the ports are closed? So what I wanted to do, I would like to enable some selected ports. What are the selected ports? What I would like to enable is RDP is required, because I need to remotely log into the computer or the virtual machine which is there in the Western Europe, and this is 100% I required. So if I deploy any kind of application, whether it is HTTP or HTTPS application, the traffic should go inside and come outside of the virtual machine. So I would like to enable 80 and 443. Since it is a Windows machine, a Windows server, I am enabling RDP. If you are working on a Linux machine, then you can enable SSH, because SSH is the remote protocol for the Linux box. Okay. So now let me select these 3 ports, click on disks. Now it is by default, you see, by default the operating system drive will be created, and that will get created with 128 GB, and it will be always premium SSD considering the performance of the virtual machine. So the premium SSD is a expensive disk, but it is very performance wise it's very good. Okay, so the operating system drive should be always in the premium SSD only, and by default it will have 128 GB of storage capacity. Okay, but you can increase later, but if you increase more at the first time, there is no option of reducing the size of the disks in the cloud. So that's why better to go with the lesser size, and then as and when required you increase the size, because increase is possible, decreasing is not possible. Okay, it is not a straightforward activity. Okay, fine. Now I don't need any data disks to be attached. Click on networking, and here I would like to keep this VM01 in my Western Europe VNet01. See, it automatically selected. If you click on, you see 2 things there. One is Western Europe VNet01, another one is Western Europe VNet02. But in my case, I would like to keep subnet 01 I mean Western Europe VNet 01, and subnet by default it comes because only one subnet is there, no problem. And public IP. Since this virtual machine is created in the Western Europe data center, I should leverage the internet to access the that particular virtual machine. Then obviously I have to create the public IP. You can click on create a public IP here and give the name as per the standard. It's not a IP, it is public IP. It should be PIP01, public IP01. So it should be standard one, and it should be static. Static means say always the same IP address will be attached. Otherwise the IP address will be keep on changing. Okay. So click on OK. It's fine. So click on management. Don't need to do any changes in the management. Monitoring also I don't need to do any changes. Advanced also I don't need to do any changes. Let me click on review and create. I have submitted the deployment. See, it is initializing the deployment. So as soon as it gets started the deployment, I can parallelly work on the VM02 as well. So what I will do, I will quickly go to the virtual machines again here, and I will click on create a virtual machine. I will follow the same wizard, same Western Europe RG, but the virtual machine name can be Western Europe VM02, because already 01 is there in the VNet 01. So VNet 02, I will put VM02 in the VNet 02. So Western Europe availability zone, I don't need anything. Trusted should be standard ones. Okay, operating system, and the operating system should be 2022 data center. I'm okay with this. Size of the VM, it is 2 CPU 16 GB memory. I'm fine with this. I want both the VMs are identical. Okay. Username, I would like to give local administrator. Local administrator. Password, you can set whatever password you wish to. Both are fine. Now I would like to enable RDP along with HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, fine. Click on next disk option. I don't do any changes. I'll just go with the default. Okay, 128 GB and premium SSD LRS. Click on next. Now at the networking, I don't want this VM also to be kept in the VNet 01. I want this to be placed in the VNet 02. So what I will do, I will put Western Europe VNet 02. And you see, automatically the subnet also got changed. So now let me create a public IP. It should be public IP 02. Fine. Would you like to create the NSG, network security group? Yes, I want to create a basic network security group. Fine. Click on next management. I don't want to do anything on monitoring, advanced tags, and also next click on create, review and create. I have initiated the deployment now. So you can see the deployment is in progress. If you want to see what resource is currently provisioning, what you can do, you can go to the resource group. See here, the resource group name is Western Europe RG01. Click on that Western Europe RG01. There you have an option called deployments. See here, click on deployments, and it will tell you or show you what is the thing that is getting deployed now. See here, it is now creating a virtual machine. See, it says deploying. So meantime, let us quickly go and check the another VM which is already built. See here, if you see, it is Western Europe VM01. In my free trial subscription, under the resource group called Western Europe RG01, it is already created and it is running, and it's a Windows operating system. This is a size E2S V3 with 2 CPU and I think 14 GB or 12 GB memory, and this is the public IP. Okay, let me refresh. It is still going on. Meantime, we can log in and check, but let us wait for this to complete and then we can check the other VM. Now if you look at the deployment is succeeded. If I go to resource, you see your Western Europe VM02 is ready. It is running in status. It is in Western Europe, and see the size, the same thing, 2 CPU, 16 GB memory. It has got an IP address. Okay, everything is there. Let me go back to the VMs and see if I can see two virtual machines here. Let me refresh. Yes, you can see there are two virtual machines. Okay, so in my next video what I will do, I will log into both these VMs, VM01 and VM02, and I will check the connectivity between both. If the connectivity is not there, then I will work on how to enable the connectivity between two virtual machines. Okay, so for now I will stop this recording.